Building soil organic matter and true humus is not a trend, it is the foundation of serious gardening. And if you want long-term fertility, resilience, and harvests that improve every season, this is where the work begins. Before we go any further, make sure you subscribe to Evergreen Garden. Drop a comment sharing what you currently use to improve your soil. And share this video with another gardener who is tired of weak plants and compacted ground. This channel exists to help gardeners build soil that works year after year, and today we are going straight into the practical, proven methods that actually build organic matter and humus, not just temporary results. Why soil organic matter and humus are the engine of productive gardens. Soil organic matter is the living and once living material in the soil, while humus is the stable, fully decomposed fraction that remains for decades. Organic matter feeds soil life, while humus is what gives soil its dark color, crumb structure, and ability to hold nutrients and water. A soil with 4 to 6% organic matter will outperform a soil at 1% every single time, even with less fertilizer. Humus acts like a nutrient bank, holding calcium, magnesium, potassium, and trace minerals so plants can access them slowly instead of losing them to leaching. When gardeners complain about dry soil, nutrient deficiencies, or poor yields, the root issue is almost always low organic matter and almost no humus. How compost becomes the backbone of organic matter and humus. Finished compost is the fastest and safest way to increase soil organic matter, but it must be used correctly. Compost that smells earthy and no longer heats is what feeds microbes that eventually create humus. For vegetable beds, applying compost at a rate of 2 to 3 inches thick once or twice a year is ideal. That translates to roughly 20 to 30 kilograms per 10 square meters per application. For fruit trees, spreading compost in a ring under the drip line at about 5 kilograms per tree annually builds organic matter exactly where feeder roots live. Compost should be applied on the surface and lightly incorporated or left as mulch because deep digging destroys soil aggregates and slows humus formation. Why leaving roots in the soil accelerates humus formation? One of the most overlooked sources of organic matter is living roots. When plants grow, they release sugars into the soil to feed microbes, and when roots die, they become carbon-rich material underground. This is why pulling plants out by the roots is a mistake. Cutting plants at soil level and leaving roots to decompose builds organic matter from below. In beds where crops are cut instead of uprooted, organic matter can increase by nearly 0.5% per year. This is especially powerful when combined with cover crops like cowpeas, clover, or oats that are terminated before flowering and left in place. So mulch isn't just for show. It's actually a vital raw material for building humus in your garden. When you use organic mulches like dry grass, shredded leaves, straw, or wood chips, you're feeding fungi and bacteria as these materials slowly break down. An ideal mulch layer is about 5 to 8 centimeters for most garden beds, while fruit trees do best with 8 to 12 centimeters. Just make sure to keep it away from the trunk. Wood chips in particular are especially good for creating long-term humus because they help fungal networks convert carbon into really stable soil compounds. And here's the thing, gardeners who keep a steady layer of mulch can actually double their soil's organic matter in just 5 to 7 years, and that's without needing lots of fertilizer. Animal manure is honestly a brilliant way to build organic matter in your soil, but it's crucial to use it correctly. Fresh manure can burn plants and upset the balance of soil life, so always go for aged or composted manure. Poultry manure is quite high in nitrogen, so you'll want to apply about 1 to 2 kilograms per 10 square meters, and it's best to mix it with compost or soil. Cow and goat manure are a bit gentler, and you can use about 4 to 5 kilograms per 10 square meters. The main thing to remember is to balance carbon and nitrogen. That way, microbes can turn all that organic material into humus rather than just losing nitrogen as gas. Whenever you leave soil bare, it's at risk of losing organic matter every time it's hit by sun or rain. Cover crops are a fantastic solution. They protect the soil and feed it at the same time. Legumes add nitrogen, grasses add carbon, and when you plant them together, you get the best of both worlds for building humus. For example, you can sow oats with vetch at a ratio of 3 parts oats to 1 part vetch by seed weight. After about 6 to 8 weeks, just cut the plants and leave them on the surface, letting the soil organisms do their work. If you repeat this process twice a year, you could see dramatic improvements in poor soil in as little as 3 seasons. Minimizing tillage, well, it preserves humus rather than destroying it. You see, tillage introduces oxygen into the soil, and that speeds up the breakdown of organic matter, releasing carbon as carbon dioxide. That's actually why heavily tilled soils lose fertility over time. Now, shallow cultivation, broad forking, or just surface composting, those methods preserve soil structure and allow humus to accumulate. Gardens that reduce tillage often notice better moisture retention and, fewer nutrient deficiencies within just 1 year. Mineral balance is absolutely crucial for supporting humus formation. Humus formation really depends on calcium, magnesium, and those essential trace minerals. Soils that are deficient in calcium struggle, honestly, to form stable aggregates. Adding agricultural lime or gypsum, based on soil tests, supports microbial activity and humus stability. For many gardens, applying 1 to 2 kilograms of gypsum per 10 square meters annually will improve soil structure without changing the pH. Patience and consistency. They're the real keys to permanent soil improvement. Building humus isn't a one-season fix, not at all. It's a process of adding organic material every year while protecting what's already in the soil. Gardeners who stick with compost, mulch, living roots, and minimal disturbance, they create soil that actually improves itself. After about 3 years, you'll see plants growing deeper roots. After 5 years, irrigation needs drop. And after 10 years, soil becomes a living system that resists pests and drought. If this guide has helped you understand soil organic matter and humus on a deeper level, go ahead and subscribe to Evergreen Garden for serious, practical gardening content that really stands the test of time. Share this with a gardener who needs better soil, and comment below with what organic material you'll start using this season. Remember, soil is built, not bought, and every great garden begins underground.